Hello, in this video we're going to show how we can add various instruments, some of those made by Apple and some of those made by other manufacturers, to a MIDI track. So if we go and press the plus to add a track, we make sure that our software instrument channel is selected, and if we don't particularly want to use one of the Apple instruments that we use, if you make sure that you don't click on Open Library. So now if we create a track, that creates a sort of like a raw track. I'm pressing keyboards and I'm not getting any sounds out because it's not actually attached to any instrument. So if I have a look at the instructor for this track, it's very similar to how we've got our audio track. On the left hand side we've got various things where we can control the amplitude, we can send effects to, etc. We can even do EQ, etc. and lots of things like that. So to assign this to a synthesizer, if we click on this Inst button, it brings down this drop down list here which shows you, and these top ones are all the ones which are actually included as part of Logic Pro X. So there's lots of different sort of synthesizers, ensemble synth, synthesizer 1, 2, we've got a sampler, we've got various other sort of quite a lot of these types of synth. We've got ultra bins, everything you can sort of think of. So if we, for this example, we will have a look at, we'll do this ensemble synth and we'll select a stereo version of that. Now what this does is this shows us how basically this is a graphical user interface of this synthesizer. So now this synthesizer is attached to this channel, so if I play something, then the sound goes through this synthesizer. Now this has got a sort of like we have this top bit and this bottom bit are kind of show us some sort of things which are done from Apple, and then this bit in the middle is actually the synthesizer graphical user interface. So there are various presets that we can actually add. So maybe we'll put this into robot bass. And then we can turn it off and on, for example, like that. And we can also change the parameters on this sort of synthesizer here by using this graphical user interface on here. So if I want to change any parameter of my synth, I can do it through this interface on there. So that's how we add a synthesizer software instrument. If I want to change that, I can sort of click on here, and if we go down to the bottom, if you've got something like native instruments set up on your computer, we can then actually access things like battery free, contact, massive, for example. So we can sort of basically find any VST or audio unit that's installed on our computer and be able to attach that to it. So and then the final thing, if we've got a channel here and we want to sort of edit the synth, we simply click on the middle section of this button and that brings up the graphical user interface.